Anxiety has always been a huge bane on my life. It always gets in the way of things.
But has being away from people you know, has that anything to do with the rather dark lyrical content of the content? Because it's quite sinister,
Yeah,
I think.
the songs sort of come from quite a dark place, but I think the music behind it is sort of uplifting and sort of hopeful in a way. And that's the sort of way I decided to make it. Yeah.
But are you a sinister character, or are you a thinker?
I'm a thinker, yeah. I think everyone's got a dark place in their mind that they always go back to it from time to time. And I sort of, if something was bothering me, then I'd have to make it work for myself rather than me work for it. So I just channeled anxiety into emotion and music.
Can you name some things that agitated you, that found their way onto the album?
Well, I've always just been completely. Anxiety has always been a huge bane on my life. It always gets in the way of things, and I really tried to fight it out when I was writing this record. And I think it sort of shows just any sort of frustration, and it's self-loathing in a way, and it's quite sad and dark. But like I said, the music behind it is uplifting and hopeful.
But can you perhaps name some songs and what they are about in respect to this self-loathing?
Okay, a song called Playwright Fate. Do you know that one?
Yeah.
That song is about not really wanting to be alive anymore. It's a song about seeing death in a sort of beautiful way rather than a sad and horrible way. So that song's about death. Playwright Fate is obviously, it's in the title. And it's also about sort of being controlled in a way, how everyone's controlled by something. And someone controls how you die in the end. What else? It's About to Get Worse is my favorite song of the record, and that again is about giving up, but not until the end. Really, that's sort of a hopeful, sad song. And I wrote that when I was I went through a sort of large depression when I hit my head and I had a nasty accident, and yeah, I got very.
What happened?
I just fell on the floor and I hit my head. Yeah, and a lot of weird things happened to me after that. What else can I say about the record? I even forget what's on here. Quicker is a song about frustration. It's sort of a story about these two lovers who are trying to get somewhere in the relationship, but they can't get to this certain place, so they just end up killing each other and fighting, and it's sort of like a sexual frustrated song. But again, it's a sort of more of an innuendo than that.
But you always, well, lyrically, I believe you always try to find what the relation is between light and dark, and hope and hopelessness, perhaps. Is that for you the most satisfying way to write? To look for that relation?
Yeah, if I can find a code to crack in any sort of thing, then I'll write about it. I strongly believe that, like things like happiness and loneliness and sadness, they go hand in hand because they're both as extreme as each other. Just like how sort of something that's really dark and something that's really light is. And it's finding that sort of that way in to write about something.
It makes me wonder, what were the first songs you wrote, like in the period you played in Amsterdam? What were they about?
They were similar things. They were quite dark, but the music behind it was a bit more uplifting. Like I listened to that song Dark Star a couple of days ago, which is one of the first white labels that we released, and I hadn't really thought about it in a while. Then I listened to it, and it reminds me of the kind of stuff I'm writing now, just sounds a bit different.